Distortion of the economy. How often have we heard that we've got far too much banking, far too much housing, and far too much in the southeast? All those distortions in the economy have been a key part of political debate, and Detlev has given you the answer for why it happens. If I could encourage you to pick up what was on your chairs, you'll find in the centre panel a couple of graphs that I asked to be put in. The top one is the broad measure of the money supply between 1990 and 2011. If you look at that one, what you discover, you've got it. Oh, no, not that one, the other one. Right, this one will do. This is the M4 measure of the money supply. I just took these figures straight from the Bank of England database and plotted them. So here we are in 1997. The UK broad money supply was £700 billion in 97. By 2010, it had reached £2.2 trillion. How often have you heard anybody say that the money supply tripled under New Labour? The money supply tripled under New Labour. And then we wonder why we've got a distorted economy towards the southeast, which is where the banks are, towards the banks themselves, and towards housing, which is where overwhelmingly the banks have been lending. It is that phenomenon that Detlev has described. I made a speech about this in the Commons, which I finished by saying, if this is capitalism, I am not a capitalist. And it was quite popular with the left. But this is madness, to triple the money supply in this time. The year I was born, 1971, when Bretton Woods really started properly collapsing, the money supply was only about 34 billion. But when we sneeze 34 billion now, in these terms. So, mad. The other thing while this slide is up, notice that this is not merely an increase, it is an accelerating increase. And anybody who read Hayek's Nobel Prize lecture would know that he explained really clearly that if you base an economy on an increase in the money supply, the economic activity can only continue so long as that increase keeps going, or perhaps as long as it keeps accelerating. What do you see in the money supply? It stops accelerating and starts collapsing, and we're in recession. It's not like the literature isn't there to explain what is going on in the world. This is manufacturing injustice on a vast scale, including impoverishment of the North.